Andy Levin, a retiring Democrat from Michigan, said that India is turning into a Hindu nationalist state, that India is not the country that he knew. Well, there's an interesting story here. You know what happened to his attempt to try and come back into the Congress? He got defeated in the Democratic primary. The Jewish organizations got fed up with him. I guess he must have done some doozy voting, and they said that this guy has to go, and they replaced him with Haley Stevens as the Democratic challenger. So this person loses in the primary itself, and now he makes a statement that the India that he knew is no longer the country it is. Well, Andy, I don't know who donated to your organization campaign. I'm sure many alphabet soups did. Michigan has a very significant minority population. So whatever it is, you've done your job, dude. But I don't think what you're saying is true. If you think that India has changed its character in the few years that you knew, then sadly you haven't really known India. India has been a Hindu Rashtra or a Hindu nation for a long time. How long? Thousands of years. It's called Bharat, the land of Bharat. And you know why it's called Bharat? Because there was a king called Bharat thousands of years ago who deemed that none of his sons were fit to rule. And therefore he said that I need to look beyond my own progeny to rule this kingdom. And he was at that point rumored to have conquered most of what is present day Bharat. Anyway, just wanted to give you a history story about this. India has always been welcoming of its minorities. Did you know that 91 Zoroastrians came and landed in the west coast? I think near Dwarka. The king of that area, he asked them, what can you do? There were 91 refugees, 6 women and the rest were children and men. And their leader said that, can I have a glass of milk? And somebody gave him a glass of milk, and what he did was he took out one of the pouches and he took out some sugar and he mixed it into that milk and he gave it to the king. And the king tasted, says, oh, it's sweet. Oh, so he understood, because the people, they didn't speak each other's language. He understood that wherever they go, the Zoroastrians will sweeten the milk. That was the impact. And then the Shankaracharya of Dwarka was asked to, say that how do we, formalize the entry of these things. They used to be called Parsis. They're continuing to be Parsis. They come Persia, but they were Zoroastrian faith. They were allowed to continue to hold that faith. Even today, there are about 40,000 Parsis in India, all of them thriving. You have many big names that have made it big in various fields that are all of Parsi origin. India has always been welcoming of its minorities. You had one of the first churches ever built in India, one of the first mosques built were in India, as well as synagogue. So Levin should know his history. Him being a Jew, he should at least know that the Jews were always treated with a lot of warmth and they were always welcome in India. In fact, one of the first resolutions that the Knesset passed was to say that wherever we went, we were hated, but there was one country that welcomed us with open arms, and that was India. So thank you, India. So anyway, that's a story about Andy Levin. Bye, my friend. And I don't know if with you your political dynasty is going to stop, because now Michigan is getting definitely red. It's going through the purple phase now, blue to red. And we'll wait and see what happens. It was an interesting lawsuit that also took place. The Judge Amit Mehta in a court in Washington, D.C. dismissed the defamation lawsuit that Hindu American Foundation brought against the 2 founders of Hindus for Human Rights, as well as 𝙤𝙧𝙤𝙪𝙥𝙥 and IIMC and so on and so forth. The lawsuit was against Hindus for Human Rights co-founders Sunita Vishwanath and Raja Rajagopal, Indian American Muslim Council Executive Director Rashid Ahmed, Federation of Indian American Christian Organizations of North America Chairman John Prabhudas, and Rutgers University's Professor 𝙤𝙧𝙤𝙪𝙥𝙥. Now, what was the reason for this? They said that these people had made false claims on Al Jazeera that HA of Hindu American Foundation misappropriated COVID-19 related paycheck protection program relief funds to support violence and slow genocide against Christians and Muslims in India, and that HAF has parent organizations that continue to spread hatred in Hindu communities towards Muslims and Christians. Look at what is the reach these people, the far reach. HAF does not ever have any parent organization. They're trying to connect things where there are no connections existing. The judge found that in fact HAF did incur civil injury, tortious damage caused by the defendants. Specifically, the court found that Vishwanath's claim that HAF has parent organizations in India is verifiably false. The court also noted that some of Trushki's statements are arguably verifiably false. Still, Judge Mehta dismissed the HAF complaint on procedural grounds for lack of personal jurisdiction, ruling that most of the defenders are not based in Washington DC, although the channel that aired their views, 𝙤𝙧𝙤𝙪, is based in Washington DC. Is he giving a hint here that if HAF were to try these lawsuits in the places where these people live, that they may have a better chance at winning? I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but it just looked like it was a hint. Anyway, so be that as it may be, now what we have to do is look at what is the implication of this. Well, the bar for defamation is quite high in the United States. Also, if it is an organization, it is probably even higher because burden of proof is quite high. So, does it mean that the Trushkis of the world will continue to spew lies and try and get away with it? I think not. At some point of time, this will get challenged, especially if, say, Trushki were to take aim at a personal level and indicate that a person from somewhere, that this person is evil or something like that. I think the defamation laws then change. So let's wait and see what happens. At the same time, it is our duty to continue to bring you the truth. And we have been doing this for a long time now. So we would like you to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and also click on the bell button for notifications. What we've been finding is that about 60% of those who view our videos are subscribers. About 40% of you are still not subscribers. I would urge you all to subscribe. Also refer to our channel to family and friends. We always bring you information that is useful to you. No gossip, no Bollywood, none of that BS. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.